This is an RNZ podcast.
E te iwi, anei a kareretahi e mihi atu nei, tēnā koutou katoa.
I'm Zion.
And I'm Izzy.
Welcome to the final episode of News to Me.
Let's get into it. New Zealand children and teenagers are not making the grade when it comes to exercise.
Aotearoa scores a C+ for overall physical activity among 5 to 17-year-olds in a study that ranks 57 countries. Children here score a depressing D when it comes to how they get to school. Just over 30% of children use the likes of scooters, bikes or their own two legs. Data shows it gets worse as kids grow older, with teens less likely to stay active.
Come on, get out there and get moving, guys.
Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern is in Antarctica for the 65th anniversary of its research facility.
She landed in McMurdo Sound and travelled to Scott Base on snow vehicles. Ardern saw the research and environmental protection undertaken in Antarctica and the challenges of working on the ice. Scott Base has been New Zealand's permanent facility on the ice continent since 1957. King Charles says not everyone is cut out for an academic life, and hands-on skills give people a lot of satisfaction and reward.
He appeared in a British TV show called The Repair Shop, which was recorded before he became king. He says more education based on practical skills is needed for teenagers and apprenticeships for school leavers. The king is planning to visit New Zealand as part of the royal family's biggest ever series of world tours. He and his wife Camilla are due to be crowned next May. Auckland school rugby competitions will no longer be broadcast or live streamed from next season.
School principals made the decision, saying broadcasting the first 15 games had put players under an unhealthy level of scrutiny. They say they've seen negative impacts from hype around games, including social media coverage and the exploitation of the matches and players for commercial gain. It's great to see so many schools putting their students' welfare first. And staying with rugby, the Black Ferns head into the knockout round
the Black
of the
Ferns!
World Cup this weekend. They will face Wales in the quarterfinals, who they thumped 56-12 in the round-robin phase. That game will be played in Whangarei, and tickets are still available and from only $5. How good?
100% I'll be there. And the All Blacks begin their end-of-year tour in Japan before heading to Europe. The team has been rocked by injury and personal loss. However, the biggest talking point has been the scheduling clash. Get this, New Zealand Rugby did not notice that the men's and women's game would be held at the same time and on the same day. Izzy, I know I'll definitely be watching the Ferns this weekend.
Me too, I'll be watching them. We've been presenting News to Me for 30 episodes.
Wow.
And this is the first time that we've worked together on set.
I've quite enjoyed it, not gonna lie.
Me too. Can you believe it?
Our professional relationship as journalists and broadcasters has grown over the year, as has the relationship we have with the crew who help make this wonderful show.
But we have different relationships with our friends, family and loved ones. How can one word relationships have so many meanings?
Here's an explainer to break it down.
Connecting, crushing and big loving feelings. It's a special one today. We are looking at loving relationships.
Family members, cartoons, movies and music videos all demonstrate unique ways in which people express love. At different stages of life, you'll begin to develop feelings and attractions to others. These attractions can be crushes, have deep emotional effects and can lead to loving relationships.
Girlfriends, boyfriends, date mates, joy friends, sweethearts. It's all very new and exciting, but can be very confusing.
Every relationship is unique, and there is no wrong or right way to enter into these connections. As you get older, you can develop strong feelings that basically flood you with new complex emotions. A crush is an intense attraction towards another person. Sadly, crushed also refers to the feeling that you get when you find out that someone doesn't return those feelings.
Oh dear.
So how do you navigate this tricky time of big feelings? Here's a big secret. No one actually knows. Even adults struggle with crushes, but the most important thing you can do is communicate.
If you have feelings for someone, find a way to tell them and find out if they feel the same way too. However, this can take a lot of bravery and a great deal of confidence. If someone does feel the same connection that you do, it could develop into a relationship. But what does that even mean?
It might look like spending some time together, doing things that you like, It often means sending each other messages, memes, or funny videos. It can even mean going on dates to the movies, or perhaps being invited to family occasions.
No matter what a relationship looks like, it's important to consider each other's feelings, and keeping communication open shows you care. Some relationships will be fun and silly, others won't work out, and you might end up with some hurt feelings along the way. You may want to prepare yourself just in case it doesn't work out the way you'd hoped. It happens.
It's a tricky world of big feelings out there, but exploring relationships and connections with others is all part of life. Aroha nui e hoa ma.
Love you. And that's News to Me, and the last News to Me for this year. I'm Jill Bonnet, and News to Me is made by RNZ and TVNZ with public interest journalism funding through New Zealand On Air. You can listen back to our explainers on rnz.co.nz or wherever you find your podcasts.